Yay! I know it's been a while since I made a video. My tips on how to learn another language. People ask me all the time how to learn a language, or for lessons in English or lessons in Spanish. So I thought I'd make some videos. I'll make a few. I don't know what it'll turn into, but thought I would make a video since many people ask me. Some knowledge I can share with you from my experience. So of course, usually people get introduced to another language in high school or in school at some point. They have to take a language class, and usually people just remember certain words. And why do they remember certain words? Well, that's because they remember the words that they used. Usually hola, y cómo estás, y cómo te llamas. For Spanish class, anyway, those are like the top 3 phrases that they teach you. So those are the ones you use the most. They're the first ones you think about. They're the first way you're introduced to it. So the first tip is to actually use it, to use the words and make it part of your life. So how do you use the language if you don't have anyone to talk to? Turn to the resources that you do have available to you, such as music, books, online. You can probably find anything online. Of course, you would have to be able to search it, but most of the time you can even write something in English and say in Spanish and you'll find something. But obviously, before you can read in Spanish, you'll have to learn some basics. So I made a little map of like how I would do it. So to learn the language, learn some basics and then use them, and then find them places, like find them in the music. Oh, I heard that word that I know what that is, and then complete the sentence. So for example, if you're listening to music, say a Spanglish song, and you probably know what I'm gonna say, this song Despacito that everybody was singing and obsessed with, but nobody knew what the words really meant. Go look up the lyrics, or even, the one with Justin Bieber is more Spanglish, more English, and then the original one by Luis Fonsi is more Spanish. So that way, maybe you can start with the Justin Bieber one and then move to more Spanish, and then you can translate the whole song. And that's the one thing that I'm always telling people is to always be translating. Don't wait for, this means this, and then that's it. Like, say you're reading in a book or something, and you need to translate all of the words that you don't understand, and then translate them back to the language you speak, and then say the Spanish word. If you're learning Spanish, say the English word, say the Spanish word, so that you can remember. And sometimes making little reminders or making little sentences to remind yourself what the word meant can help too. Another way, when you're just starting out learning the basics, is when you're watching any type of movie that has subtitles. Like sometimes in shows, like I remember in Grey's Anatomy, they were just speaking Spanish and they had the subtitles. But whenever you notice that, go back and listen first. Try to point out the words and then read the translation, or try to repeat what they said and then read the translation. Stuff like that. Always try to learn it instead of just listening, oh, that's what they said, and then you move on. Then you're not going to learn it that way. So here I took the song Despacito with the Justin Bieber version. So just the verse, the chorus part that's in Spanish, So these words, tú, probably everybody knows what that means because it sounds like you. So tú means you, eres el imán y yo soy el metal. So just take the first sentence and then translate the words and try to understand. So eres means are, so you are. El and la always go with a word, usually. But right here I'm pointing out pulso, normal, más. Those are like some words that sound similar to the English word. That's why I think sometimes Spanish is a little bit easier to learn. But just go like that. El imán. I never knew what imán was. It's iron. Y, and people usually know what y means. And yo is I. Soy is a version of I am, but when it's something permanent, like being a race or something like that, that's permanent, it can't change. So yo soy means I am. El metal is the metal. So you are the iron and I am the metal. So you just translate like that, repeat back and forth the words, English, Spanish, till you remember what it is. And then listen to it, play the song and then listen to it so you hear the sentence and you hear the words being used and how it sounds. Tú eres el imán y yo soy el metal. Tú eres el imán y yo soy el metal. Then try to say it. Repeat it back to yourself. So all of those things for one sentence, like it takes time. So when you want to learn something, you have to dedicate your time. So that's it for this video of ways to start learning a language and start using it in your daily life. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you know when I add new videos. And if you'd like more in-depth lessons on Spanish or on learning English or on learning Spanish, then let me know in the comments. Bye.